So in this video I'm going to show you how to easily push a code to GitHub repository using the git source control. So let's begin. So I'm going to create a new folder. Now the folder name will serve as your repository name, so you should make sure that it does not exist on your repo. So if it does exist, I think the source control will tell you how to fix that. So I'm going to save this as push with git source control 2. So I don't think I have this on my git repository because I already have one here. So what I'm going to do now is to right click, open this on my vscode, so this has opened on my VS Code. So the next thing, as usual, I'll create an index.html file, HTML file, then I'm going to bring out the HTML boilerplate by typing shift 1. So I think there's some lag, so I have to do that again. So this has opened. So just a basic text here, hello world. Hello world. So let's see how I can push this to the GitHub. So I'll press the source control icon here. So there is no git repository here, so this is equivalent to you using your terminal to type git in it. So I'm going to click on this button and it's going to initialize the git for me. So now I need to commit this, so I'll just pass in the commit message. So first commit, then I'm going to see other commit option. You can use this, but just use this first one. So I'm going to click on this, then it's going to ask if there is no stage commit to commit, would you like to, so just choose yes. Now to publish branch means that you want to push now to your remote git repository. So what we can do here now, so by default you want to push to the master branch, so I'll click on this publish branch, then it's going to ask me if now this process, now you're creating your repository from your VS Code command line. So is it a public, is it a private repository you want, or is it a public one? So I want this one to be public, so I'll select this. So I now have a remote repository to push this to. So as long as you have internet connection, so you see the message successfully published to Git. Now if it's the first time you're doing this, it's going to ask you to authorize the process. So it will take you to your browser. So let me see if I can see that. So to take it to your browser, yeah, you have to do something like this. So you have to authorize Git to do that. So if that process fails, automatically it will connect to your Git, to your VS Code, and the process will continue. So now if I go to my GitHub and I go to my repositories, so this was the first one I did, and it took that process. So if I go back to my repositories, I'm going to see repositories. I'm going to see the one we just pushed now a minute ago. So if I do that, I'm going to see this. Now the one I want to teach you next is how to push to a new branch. So let's say you don't want to push to this main branch, so you can do that. So let's say I make a change here. So before we do that, let's say I make a change, add a paragraph, Peter Lorem 14 Alt Z. So I save that. So you notice it showed me that there's a modification here. So I can commit this by saying added a new paragraph. So I can commit this, then I click yes. Then it asks you if you want to synchronize. That is this means that I want to push to your remote repository. So if you notice from our repo here, if I click on this index, you notice I just have this hello world. So let's push now and let's see if we get the new paragraph. So I'm synchronizing that. So this action will pull and push commits from and to origin main. So let's click OK. So the process is successful. So let me go back to the web and refresh. So you notice now I have this. So that is the process. Now the last process I want to show you is if you want to push to a new branch. So I'll create a new folder here called CSS. Then inside my CSS, I'm going to create a new file called index.css. Then nothing will be inside for now. So what I'll do is to come to my HTML, I'll make a comment, put external CSS. Then of course you have to link it. So link dot and / CSS and this. So we have a change now. So let me go back to my source control. You notice there's a change. So I'll put the commit message, which is added external CSS. So I'll commit this. I'll say yes. Then before I push, now you remember I want to push to a new branch, so I'm going to click on branch, create branch. So I'm going to create a branch called CSS just for demonstration purpose. Then when that is done, we now want to click on this three dot again, then choose checkout to. Now remember, in the terminal method, if you create a branch, you need to check out to its site, you push to that branch. So I need to choose this checkout to. So I'll see the main here, which is the default, then this is the CSS. So I'm going to use this. Now you can directly click on this checkout to and just create a new branch, but let's use this process. So I'll click this. So that's nice. So now once I click on publish, I seen the intent that is showing me publish branch CSS. So it's going to push this to GitHub, and I'll see it as a new branch under the same repository. So if I click on this publish, so the process is successful. So if we go back to our web now, by the time I refresh, not here, I need to go back. So let me go back to the code section. So you notice there is a pull request. So if I choose now, you see I'll see index dot, I will just see the CSS. So you notice in this main branch there is no index.css. I mean, there's no CSS folder rather, but if we go to the CSS branch, we're going to see the CSS folder. So that is how you easily use VS Code source control to push to Git. Then there are also other things you can explore there. You can pull, you can clone, you can fetch, and other stuff. So that is it for now. My name is Amadi Chile, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll make some more videos for your convenience.